What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another TickerFee video and welcome to the TickerFee family. As you can see, the ticker symbol we're going to be talking about today is HYMC, or Hycroft Mining Holding Corporation. Now, here lately I've been following this stock, but what I want to do is talk about what has been going on in the past 5 days. Why is the stock being affected? What is going on around us that is affecting this particular stock, and what's going on in the world that is also affecting the stock. So let's get straight into it. Okay. First things first, let's talk about the quick little announcement here. So Hycroft Mining announces new board appointments. So April 11, 2012, a precious metal company, by the way, if you don't know who Hycroft Mining Holding Corporation is, it's a precious metals development company that owns the Hycroft mine located in the world-class mining region of Nevada. Okay, so here's the thing. What is the ties with Hycroft? That's going to be AMC. AMC bought a portion of Hycroft. So Mr. Stephen Lang has been appointed as chair of board of directors, assuming the role where Ms. Dane Garrett, who has been acting chair, who will remain president and CEO of the company and a member of the board. Keep in mind, guys, when you are looking at companies, you want to see who those directors are, who the owners are, who the CEOs are, because that is going to be the channel and the direction that the company is going to be going. But that's also the point of the board, right? So for a group to be able to make those decisions for the company. Now, has been a member of the Hycroft board of directors since 2021 and has vast experience in mining operations combined with his business and board leadership experience, is exceptionally qualified to lead the board and team as they advance the exploration of the Hycroft project. Okay, so that's going to be the latest update when it comes to Hycroft themselves. So let's continue. So what is going on in the world? So COVID-19 or COVID led to labor shortages and supply chain issues to fuel shortages, all which contribute to inflation, which we all know that has been taking place, right? That is already priced into the market. But here's the problem. Food prices, for example, are spiking. And we still haven't currently leveled off. So the Bureau of Labor Statistics reported inflation in March was at a 41-year high, 8.5%, with prices for meat, fish, and poultry up 13.7% compared to last year. Fruits and vegetables up 8.5%, and dairy products up 7%. Now, eating or takeout in restaurants also got more expensive, with those prices up 6.9%. Leave a comment down below if you've noticed that in your grocery list at the final result for the price. If you've dialed back, right? If you've kind of stopped or slowed down going out to restaurants or just ordering out just in general. So grocery prices also are higher online. The Adobe Digital Price Index Fund online groceries up 9% from last year. Okay, so let's continue. Now, the World Bank forecasts Ukraine's economy will shrink more than 45% this year, this year alone, of Russia's invasion, which has shut down half of the country's businesses. That's going to be imports, exports, and damaged a vast amount of critical infrastructure. So think about this. We are, as a whole, is supporting Ukraine, right? But 45% compared to what this World Bank forecast for Ukraine's economy will shrink. That itself is something to ponder about and see the criticality with the result of this war. So, unprecedented financial and export sanctions imposed by Western allies in response to the war, meanwhile, are plunging Russia into deep recession. Lopping off more than a tenth of its economic growth, the World Bank said in a report just this Sunday. Okay, so then we kind of drop down a little bit. Ukraine plays a major role as a global supplier of agriculture exports like wheat, but that's now in question because planting and harvesting has been disrupted by the war. The war has cut off access to the Black Sea, a key route for exports, including 90% of Ukraine's grain shipments. Okay? So keep that in mind with what's going on, because that is going to affect the market, just like with Russia with their agriculture. When it comes to fertilizer, right? They own a large portion, roughly 30%, just for the European market, and we are also affected by it. And so you're going to see the fertilizer, the agriculture, the food, then it gets to the groceries. So that's how it affects it. And how does that affect with Hycroft? Well, if we're affected by it and we're not purchasing shares retail or hedge funds. So keep that in mind. All right, let's continue to fast forward. So what is going on? You've got tomorrow when it comes to these companies that is going to be giving just their estimate, their growth, and their rise. And typically what the point of this website itself is, it's going to let us know if they actually met earnings per share, right? So you have your estimate, for example, Bank of America, but if you scroll down, you can also see Charles Schwab, and then Sci-Fi Technologies, and so on and so forth. So keep in mind, these are also taking place, and depending on what your stock is, which sector, it's going to affect it. Sometimes, regardless if it's in the same sector as yours or not, some of the bigger players, right, large cap or blue cap companies or blue chip companies, they're going to affect your stock regardless. Okay. All right, let's continue to fast forward. So what I wanted to show you real quick is going to be the price to earning ratio. So when you hear PE ratio, right, it'll provide you a number. And the thing is, most of the time, people don't fully explain how they got that number. So when it comes to price to earnings ratio, you have to do the market value per share, right? So that's going to be what's on the chart itself divided by the earnings per share. Okay, quick and simple, right? So price divided by earning ratio, and that's going to provide a number. So the higher the number, right, so you want that number, that end result number, to actually be closer to 0 than it is to 100, which is what that scale is on. So how do you get the earnings per share? You actually do the net income. Okay, so that's going to be the net income of that company minus the preferred dividends, which there's a number on that, divided by the end of period or common shares outstanding. And keep in mind, the shares outstanding is what stocks us retail and hedge fund companies own. It's not just retail, but it's also hedge fund companies. So always keep that in mind. If the company doesn't own those shares, then those are outstanding shares. So again, net income minus preferred dividend divided by the common shares outstanding. Once you get that earnings per share, you'll be able to figure out what the PE ratio is, right? And then you're going to hear the trailing 12 months or the future PE ratio, or the, like it says, the trailing. Okay, so the acronym for trailing 12 months, this number signals the company's performance over the past 12 months, right? Which would make sense. Then you've got your future PE ratio. So hopefully that helps you out. And then the last thing, I'm just curious, leave a comment down below. Elon Musk offers to buy Twitter and take it private. Okay, so Elon Musk offers to buy Twitter in a deal worth more than $43 billion and take the social media company private. Musk's best and final offer was to pay $54.20 per share for 100% of Twitter, and said that if his offer was not accepted, he'd have to reconsider his position as a shareholder, according to the SEC filing. So leave a comment down below on what you think about this. Musk recently disclosed 9.2% of purchasing of Twitter, but he rejected an offer to join the board of directors and criticized the social media platform in the tweets. So you can see here with the two tickers what it last was, the change, and the change percent. So leave a comment down below on what you think about that, what his role is, what you think he's actually going to try to accomplish with this, and leave a comment down below if you actually think he's going to be able to accomplish that. With that being said, I'll see you later.